Today, I'm reacting to TikToks where Americans discover Norway. As an American who's been living in Norway for about 4 years now, I'm here to confirm, deny, or just laugh at the culture shock. Let's get into it. Quick reminder that a lot of you who are watching these videos are not subscribed. So if you like what you see, if you like what I do, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Also, I have channel members now, so you can join and you get some exclusive benefits like live streams. You're able to help me decide what videos I'm gonna make and fun things like that. Okay, let's get into these TikToks. I'm excited for this one.
What's up, y'all? So I haven't done one of these in a while, and I've been taking a break from like Norway content, but we're back, and these are things that shocked me as an American and moved to Norway. So the first thing is like, why does everybody like to walk out here? Like everyone loves to walk. Whether it's walking, running, hiking, whatever, y'all love to do that out here.
People do love to do that out here. People love to go on hikes. They love to go on walks, especially when the weather becomes nice and the sun is out. You will find probably more people outside on the sidewalks than in the houses.
Also, public transportation out here is super common. Back home in America, I feel like public transportation is honestly looked down upon.
So true. Just the culture around it is so different. He's so right. It's looked down upon, it's looked as dirty, gross, whatever. But here it is very much the norm. Like, it's almost weirder to drive to work than to take public transportation because it is so available. It's very interesting.
If you take the bus, honestly, people probably look at you a little different. And that's just sad because it's convenient. It's cheap, and I don't know, I feel like it should never be looked down upon, but where I'm from, sadly, it honestly is. Another thing, how much it costs to get your driver's license. Hey, y'all can fact check me down in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it costs like $3,000, maybe more. It's a lot of money.
I want to look that up because I know it is a lot of money. Yeah, up to 30,000 kroner. That's crazy. Is that because it's including all of the classes you have to take? I know if you're going to get your driver's license, you have to take a bunch of courses, like driving courses, and of course you pass the test and everything. Or is that just for the license itself? Let me know, because that's wild. I do have my Norwegian driver's license, but I didn't have to pay so much because I got it within a year of moving here. And if you do that, then you only have to take the driver's test. And then if you pass, you get your driver's license. I think I only paid like a small fee for the license itself. So I'm lucky in a sense where I was just able to transfer mine like that. Because if I would have failed, I would have had to do that. I would have had to go through and do all these courses. So it was a stressful time for sure.
In America, when you're 16, you can get your license, and it costs about $300 because you have to pay for these 3 lessons, which are $100 each, and then you can get your license. Or in America, you could wait till you're 18 and just pay like $35 for a driver's test, and yeah,
Huh? I didn't have to do that, I don't think. When I got my driver's license in the US, when you turn 15, you have to take a test, like a written test basically, or it's on the computer. I'm sure it costs money, but I don't remember it being that much money. I didn't have to take any courses. It was optional if I wanted to take courses or not, and my parents paid for 1 course. And then I took the driver's test. So I don't know how true that is. If you're an American and you're watching this, I would love to know if that's what your experience, or if your experience is more closer to mine. It could potentially be based on the state. Maybe that's why it's so different.
Another thing, how many Teslas or electric cars are out here? I swear like 1 out of 2 cars out here is going to be either a Tesla or an electric car. They're super advanced out here when it comes to technology, and they're way further along.
I'm pretty sure that's because the Norwegian government had like a tax incentive if you drove an electric car. So a lot of people bought an electric car, and a lot of those are Teslas.
So this is my first time in Norway, and I have to say a few things have surprised me. First of all, it's cold. It's August and it's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but they have heated floors, like in every bathroom. Apparently it is like the standard.
It is the standard. I remember when we were building this apartment, they were like, oh yeah, and you'll have heated floors. And I was like, heated floors? Am I paying extra for that? What's happening? And they, no, that's how you heat the place. There's not a heater system in this apartment. Wild to me, because heated floors have always been like, oh, you're rich kind of thing. You have heated floors, you're fancy, right? But here it's just standard. Everyone has it.
Second thing is I check into the hotel and I'm like, do you guys have water? And the guy said, just drink it from the faucet. We have some of the freshest water in the world. It tastes like bottled water. No, it does not. That was actually a lie. The water is not good. This is not just...
Norwegians are gonna find that extremely offensive. That's wild. It's definitely really good tap water, so I don't know. I don't resonate with her opinion on this, but that's funny. That's a hot take for sure.
One thing that shocked me as an American who moved to Norway is, hey, come here. They put ketchup in their pasta, bro.
Oh my gosh, yes. Ew. This is so weird to me. I don't know, maybe ketchup to me is just like a very sweet flavor. And so then to have that on your pasta is like, ew, why would you do that? It's like, it's not a sauce. Or, I don't know, because it is a sauce. I don't know. It's not a sauce like that. It's a dipping sauce. You don't put it on something and then like eat it like pasta. Oh, I don't, Yeah, well, you Norwegians, you have your rus parties and that whole like 3 months of partying thing that you do when you graduate, which is cool. I'll admit, I would have loved to do that when I was a senior in high school. However, it would not fly in the US. I'm doing a whole video on it, or it might already be done. I don't know. I'll put it somewhere. Crazy concept. Jantaloven? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna look this up specifically. The Law of Yanta is a code of conduct originating in fiction and now used colloquially to denote a social attitude of disapproval towards expression of individuality and personal success. Okay, so the 10 rules state, you are not to think you are anything special. You are not to think you are as good as we are. You are not to think you are smarter than we are. You're not to imagine yourself better than we are. You're not to think you know more than we do. You're not to think you are more important than we are. You're not to think you are good at anything. You're not to laugh at us. You're not to think anyone cares about you. You're not to think you can teach us anything. Interesting. I understand the meaning behind it. You know, you're not to brag, you need to be humble, things like that. However, as an American, that's a bit extreme to me to go that far, because I like a little bit of individuality. You know, I think people should all be their own individuals and have their own goals and successes and things like that. So I'd like to know what you guys think of Janteloven.
So these are things that shocked me as an American moving to Norway. So Norwegians leave their babies outside to nap, no matter the weather. Like, look at this, y'all. There's snow on the strollers. Like, they're in the snow. And they leave their babies out to nap. That's crazy to me.
I'll admit, this is weird. However, when I moved here, it didn't really stick out to me as something that weird. It seems nice. You're almost like curled up in this cozy little hammock or this cozy little cocoon. You're all bundled up and you just get to nap in this amazingly cozy state. That sounds really nice to me, and I'm sure babies love it. And it's supposedly very good for your baby's health to like have the fresh air while they're sleeping. So I never thought it specifically was weird. I more looked at it as smart. But I know a lot of Americans are very perplexed by it. That is probably top 5 things I've learned from Norwegian culture that I will implement into my daily life for the rest of my life. Sleeping with separate duvets is a game changer. You're not battling for the sheets. It's not super warm because you have their body heat also underneath the covers. Like, you're just these separate little heaters. You can sleep calmly and cozily, and you just have your own little cocoon, your own little space. I will always do it. And I even put my dad on it. So he is now doing it as well. And they say they love it, which I don't doubt it. Viking-sized seagulls, so true. I was walking into Oslo S train station the other day, and this massive seagull, like legit this big, like huge, and like this big around, lands in front of me, and I was like, it was huge. It was like as big as a cat. I'd never seen a seagull that big in my life. Norwegian seagulls, they eat good. Yes, I just did a video on Norwegian kindergartens, and kids in Norway have such a big world of independence. For one, in the kindergartens, like in that video, they're outside constantly. 2, just like observation wise, kids after school are everywhere. They're unattended. There's no adults around. These kids are just running free, right? They're all walking home from school. They're all going to the grocery store to get little candies or snacks after school. They're all going up to the counter themselves and paying themselves, buying their little sodas. And I love it because I think it's so cool that that element of safety is still a thing here, where kids can walk home from school and not be scared. Kids, young kids, like kindergarten age kids, so 6 years old, are waiting at the bus stop alone, waiting for their bus to come. And it is totally different than in the US. So I love that. I think that it is so cool that kids get to have that experience and be able to live with that sense of independence.
One of the biggest cultural differences between the United States and Norway is the breakfast aisle or the cereal aisle in grocery stores. Check this out. Hey, I'm here right now. Okay, look. Right here. That's it. That's all there is. And it even looks like there's more cereal than there is because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 when it could really just be 2. But they're just low on things, so they're kind of spacing them out a little bit to make it seem like there's more, but you know, there's only 1 box here. If you want to see what an American cereal aisle looks like in a grocery store, just click that comment right there and you will see it's like,
I want to see. I already know it's insane. Yeah. Crazy. There is a whole entire aisle dedicated to just cereal for sure. We have a lot of choices, like endless decisions. But I mean, I miss it. I miss all of those choices. And it is true, the cereal aisle at our little local grocery store is tiny. It's just like 1 set of shelves. There has to be only like 5 different options of cereal. Granted, cereal for breakfast is not necessarily a thing here. Usually you're having like the smørbrød, where you have like bread with butter and cheese, or bread with some type of spread on top of it, right? That's the common breakfast here. Cereal is not as big of a deal as it is in the US. This is so interesting. Smart, yes, for sure. A little bit scary because my American mindset is like someone's gonna steal my $200 Uggs that I'm wearing to the gym. But no, they don't. They don't do that. It's a wild, just like cultural trust system that they have. That's funny. I haven't really thought that deeply about it yet, but I like that she pointed it out. American me, trust no one.
Avstigning venstre side.
Literally. So quiet. Everyone is just minding their own business. No one's talking to anybody. People are usually sleeping. Wild.
Here's 7 weird facts about Norwegians. We put a tobacco called snus under our lips.
I mean, that's normal in the US as well. It's just not called snus.
Tacos every Friday. We
Norwegians love their taco fredag. It is part of the culture at this point.
never say hi to strangers, except when we're on the fjords or hiking. We invented the extraordinary cheese slicer. We also
Norwegians are so proud of that cheese slicer. And I think that is so funny because I feel like all the time, every Norwegian is like, well, we invented the cheese slicer so you could slice your cheese. Like they think that it's so, and it is revolutionary. Of course it's revolutionary. People all over the world use it, right? It's just so funny that I feel like it's brought up all the time.
Living in Norway was probably one of the most culturally different places I've ever lived in my entire life. It's
a sweet potato. I was like, what is she eating? All right, I think that's a good stopping point. I like to see how Americans perceive Norway. I think that's really fun, interesting, and entertaining for me to watch. And honestly, I get it. Some of this stuff had me shocked as well. If you liked watching me mildly judge my countrymen, then please hit the like button and subscribe. There are a lot of you who are watching these videos who are not subscribed, and I would love to see you join my little community here. And that goes for members too. You can join my membership program and you get some really cool exclusive benefits, and we can talk, hang out, get to know each other. I'm super excited for it. And I would love to know, as a Norwegian, are some of these things even weird to you? Or if you're an American watching this, let me know what you think about some of these interesting Norwegian culture shocks. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.